From the downtown to the uptown to the suburbs, a common heartbeats down inside of you and me. And no matter where we go, this city's in our souls. Who we are keeps us connected to this place. And I love living local. It's the only kind of air I wanna breathe. I'm living local 'cause it's where I love to be.
Welcome back to another episode of Made in Northern New York. New year, new you. We're here at the beautiful Paddock Club. I'm Olivia Grant.
I'm Matt McCluskey.
And I'm Ashley Pastorius.
We're missing someone today.
Josh Bond.
Josh Bond. But he's on a cruise, so don't feel bad for him.
No.
Feel bad for us that we're not on the cruise.
He's in the Caribbean making cocktails and enjoying 80-degree
Sunshine,
weather.
yeah.
So don't feel bad. We're in freezing Northern New York.
Beautiful, though.
Beautiful.
Beautiful,
but
freezing.
It's sad when I think, because today's about 34 degrees and I'm loving this one.
You see a little bit
I
of
know, wow,
sun.
it's balmy out there.
I only have one layer on.
Well, happy 2019. Happy New Year, you guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I do not.
You're already perfect, man.
At the end of December, I start to think, like, maybe I should try. And I'm like, it's either you're going to do it or you're not. The calendar's probably not going to dictate, at least for me.
Right.
Are you? Do you, Ashley?
Honestly, I live so far from my family that my resolution this year is just kind of to stay in touch more. Just,
that's
you know,
good.
pick up the phone more often, call. I know my parents would really appreciate that.
Mine this year is to get on better financial footing.
Ooh, that's a
I'm in
good
my
one.
early 20s, so I'm still trying to figure all of that out. And I went over to the Frieslick group and talked to Samantha about some ways that you can get on the right financial footing for 2019. I am here with Samantha Veith of the Frieslick group. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
It's 2019, it's a brand new year. People are starting to make their New Year's resolutions. What are some ways that people can start off 2019 on the right financial foot?
I would definitely say having a budget. A lot of people don't really think to do that, but if you don't know where you're spending your money, you don't know where you can save it and where you can cut back and make a change if that's what you want to do in the new year.
And how can people make budgets? Are there certain tools that you recommend using? What are some tips and tricks for budgeting?
You can certainly pick one up here if you'd like. We just generally print one off the internet, which might be the easiest where everybody goes these days. But even an Excel spreadsheet where you just put in how much you take in every month and then what you spend it on, whether it be utility bills or groceries or gas and things like that, just keeping track of where your money goes is half the battle.
And what are some reasonable goals that people can stick with and make long-term habits?
Putting money aside monthly. It fits into your budget, and a lot of companies, if you did want to start right now for retirement or savings, but a lot of companies, if you wanted to start in retirement, you can contribute as little as $25 to $50 a month. And most people, if you do it automatically right out of your checking, you'll never notice and won't miss it and you won't spend it on something else. So getting into the habit of just letting that go every month, and it's going towards your future, but you really don't think about it, that would probably be one of the easiest ways that I recommend to starting it, saving for retirement.
And what about that morning coffee? Can we have that morning coffee?
Of course. But I always say if you set aside the same amount you spend on coffee, each week, you'd be surprised at how much you have at the end of the week that you could probably put away, or how much you might want to cut back on the coffee.
And what are some financial mistakes that you see people making often that they can avoid in 2019?
Signing on for that new car. A lot of people think of getting a new car because theirs is getting a little bit older or something like that, but they might not be out of that payment yet. And when you think about it, $300 a month for a car payment is $3,600 a year that you could put away now that potentially could be worth more later. But that's a lot of money a year that you could set aside if you decide to pay off your car and keep it a little while longer, or if it is already paid off, wait another year and then get a new one if you think you need one. Everybody likes a new car. They're shiny. They have all these new gadgets nowadays, but they also cost quite a bit. So keeping that in mind would probably be my biggest recommendation.
And what about for people of different ages? Do you have different financial advice for the new year for someone who may be in their 20s compared to their 50s?
I would say start now. That would be one of the biggest things that we try to tell people is the younger that you start, the more potential to have the amount of money in retirement or savings that you want when you're older to do things in retirement that you might want to do. If you don't start now, then you kind of try to play catch up. And it's not ideal, it's not a good feeling to think you have to do that later in life. So if you can part with that $50 a month now, it could have the potential to turn it off before you get to retirement age if you want and still have some.
If someone wants to start off the new year right and they want some guidance, what is the Freislich Group and how can you help them?
The Freislich Group is an independent investment firm. We don't charge a consult fee to sit down. So if someone was looking to get everything financially in order for the new year and they've never sat down and gone through everything, you're more than welcome to visit our website. It's www.freislichgroup.com or give us a call. It's 315-782-4409. And we are more than happy to sit down with you or your family and kind of get everything together as far as financially, any important documents you should have if you don't have them already, and go over everything and just let you know where you are and assist you in where you might need to be. As far as debt consolidation and things like that, we can certainly look at those things and just kind of give you help give you a picture of where you are and where you might want to be in the future.
Can anybody come to the Freislich Group? Do you have to be in a certain financial state? Do you have to be a certain age, or is it open to anyone?
Absolutely not. Anyone can come. Obviously, you have to be 18 for opening most accounts by yourself, but certainly if you have a parent with you and you wanted to get into that kind of thing early, we are more than happy to sit down and talk to anyone. Some people are just older and retired and want to get everything together and consolidate the location of their accounts and things like that. So we're certainly, if you have a question, no question is a bad question. And you can always just give us a call and we can sit down and see if it works out for you and for us.
I'm definitely going to try out some of those tips that Samantha gave this year.
I'm going to too. They're fantastic.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
More Made in Northern New York after the break.
And I love